All right, cheers everybody. Back to Table Titans, Talking Titans, whatever it is. But we're back for segment number 2, and we have a special guest here today. Hey, what are you doing?
It's full.
Not for long.
Go on.
Kelly MacDonald's here with us today. You might know her from standing up on a ladder cage side at every single show, getting the best shots. You know her. I'm sorry, I'm just a little upset that she took my picture away. But you see her pictures on Facebook. You see her on websites. You see her on the posters. She's the best in the business by far when it comes to fight photography. She's always busting her butt, and she does it with one foot. She's got the other foot, but it's in a boot, and it seems like it has been for like 10 years. But she's here talking about the new, I'm going to let her take the reins here.
New Cage Titans book, PhotoBook. Mike and I decided to do something a little different for a better fan experience. And what we wanted to do is produce an album of some of the best fight photography from Cage Titans so that it's put in a physical form of memories. There's fans in here, there's the kids that come, there's some of the best knockouts, I'm saving the bloody ones for the next book, but
PG-13 version?
I plan on doing a series of different types of the Cage Titans fight photography. So Mike and I came up with an idea of doing a book. There is a variety of all of our fighters in here, as far as their walkouts, some of the greatest hits, some of the greatest submissions, some of the crowd shots, a little bit of everything. You guys are in it, as you know.
It's my personal favorite shot.
Yes.
I had the opportunity to look through it. There's some awesome work, as always, Kelly.
Thank you.
As
I
always.
appreciate that.
Truly
There's a
are
lot
the
of
best.
history. With
How many
Cage
pages
Titans.
is this? This is a pretty thick book.
Well, they're numbered.
I did.
So
I
you
went
don't
a
have to
little
count them,
overboard,
you can just read it.
but the difference between this
50
one,
pages.
50 pages.
There's our commentating team right there.
That's the best picture of the whole
Hey, look at
book.
that. That's a beautiful picture of Harry.
Yeah, I thought.
Shout out to Harry
Well,
Jones.
it's the military in there too, and I feel like they needed a giant shout out
As
because
they always do.
they come every time, and I thought it was important to have them in there. We have quite a lot of photos, so it's really hard to just kind of pick some out. So I have a lot to play with for more books to come. This was a special one only because my publisher was going out of business, so I have to find a new company to produce them. The one book that I did do for NEF was from years ago, and that was when I had less productive equipment. Now I have a way better stuff to shoot with. I wasn't at the level of photography I am now, so the stuff that's in this book is way better than the last book that I did, although the last book was my practice book. So I tried to fit in as many photos
So
as
you practiced
I could.
on that other promotion, and we get
Right,
the good one.
Exactly.
I like it.
And it's way better now, and I know when people actually take a look at this, it's something that they're going to want to have. But this is a special book. There's limited quantities of it. We're going to sell it at the next Cage Titans. So it's first come, first serve. It will not be reproduced. They'll have to wait for the next one. But I'll throw some extra special products in there too. So
What do we do? 10, 15?
right now, if we take out the ones that you and I have, I think we're down to like 17. So
there you go.
It's first come, first serve. So I have a feeling they'll be gone before the actual next event. But I want to give the fans an opportunity to buy them because they're one of a kind, and some of their favorite fighters are in there. And we'll have you guys autograph some, so those will be even more special. So
Who cares about my autograph? I talk. You gotta give those to the fighters.
we just want live video of you. That's more important.
Well, we could actually get at the next weigh-ins, we could get a couple of fighters to sign the pages with their photos on.
Yeah, it's,
I like this book. I mean, it's no secret for me. I mean, why we use Kelly. I remember her starting out doing photos when I was still fighting 9, 10 years ago. You know, to see her evolve as a photographer, and also me as a person evolve into a fighter, to now she, you know, I think she might even shot me fighting now our company, so it's kind of a cool evolution. You know, all of our photos, everybody loves our banners and our quote banners and our posters, all the marketing materials. I mean, it's really, you know, I'm doing the photoshopping and designing them, but without the photos that you have, I really have nothing. So, you know, I personally, I don't know if I thank you enough, but I do thank you for all the great shots.
Well, I don't know if I've thanked you for finally hiring me after me bugging you for so long. So I knew if I was persistent enough, and I might squeeze into that opportunity, but all it really took was just a fill-in, and then I kind of got my foot in the door. But
she was that girl that would like, oh, there's that girl, that random lady's filming in the front row again. Can you? And the security go over and try to kick her out, and then she'd be 4 rows back, and she's filming from the 4th row back.
Mustache on.
Yeah, you know, and they're like,
and now look where
and
I
now
am.
look
Now
where it
I'm
is.
kicking everybody out. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, we're exclusive. But
you know,
yeah, I mean, I've now that I've been with you for so long, you know, there's nothing more that I love than getting to actually get my hands dirty and really help with the promotion, not just the photography too. I mean, you know, jumping up, going to Home Depot and buying lights, or like, you know, helping just do anything possible to make sure that the show is a go. You know, it goes a lot more than just the shots. I mean, yeah, I want to produce the absolute best shots. Mike's Photoshop skills are ridiculous. His banners are sick. But being able to see my work, you know, in a giant size outside Memorial Hall for people just to like walk by is so awesome. You do such a great, you impress me with my work, though. But you do, you take it to a whole nother level, and you really get it out there for me too. So
I think that passion that you have is something that makes it easier. I think that's a theme that throughout all this, like we talked about in the last segment with Mike, is passion for the sport. You know, your passion for this sport, you know, it's not just a gig, you know, photographing some, you know, 10-year-old's recital that you hate that you're there. Like, you're passionate about the sport, which really comes through in your work. And, you know, I remember posting about when we got the brand new cage. Kelly was the first person when we did our test setup to be there on like a Tuesday afternoon, unloading it off the truck coming from Kansas.
literally
and she's there,
lifting,
you know, lifting
the cage
cages.
out of it, and marking boards and like climbing everywhere, and
This is all
everyone's like,
before the boot, I hope.
I think it was
Yeah, it was
before
before
the
the
boot.
boot.
Yeah,
How long's
it
the
was
boot
before
been in action?
The boot. Do you guys want to just sign the boot? Let's just get it over with.
Kelly the
It's
Boot
been over
MacDonald.
a year. I know.
She's getting surgery though, you told me, right? You're getting it off?
You know, I'm a little busy and June's really booked, so it might be winter. I don't know. But I will eventually have it off, and then no one can bother me.
Eventually
about
probably have
it
the foot
anymore.
off.
I think you should just change your name to Eileen, have it amputated, and get a job at IHOP.
To the left.
So,
Eileen, to the left.
no, so I think this is a great idea to, you know, because I think right now, like, I don't know, I guess we're all a little bit older. These guys are the youngest ones in our table. But, you know,
He
there's
is
something
the
to be said to have something physical in your hand, you know, and, you know, nowadays people just break out their phone, they're swiping, and it's just like, pictures mean,
not the same.
it's not the same.
I think also for like an older generation too, the parents and stuff like that, you know, where they have a chance to be like, look at my son in this book. And this is, I mean.
The size is great too, because like
Yeah.
you could literally, I could see my mom carrying that in her pocketbook and
It
being
fits in
busting it
mine,
out.
but
you know?
mine's backpack, but I guess that doesn't say
You know,
much.
but you know, I think that would be great. You know, you mentioned that you filmed a lot of different promotions. Our next part of our interview is going to be our top 5 fights all time. We were asked, we requested specifically because Mike covers everywhere from NEF in Maine all the way down to Connecticut, Reality, and everywhere in between. And you fought, I mean, you've shot every promotion
Been doing
in
a long
between.
time.
So our next part of this segment is going to be the Hammersmith top 5.
Top 5.
And you might have been at some of these events, so why don't you
probably
stick
been
around?
at
Oh, probably.
Yeah, so,
So, and it's a tough list. I got it down to 12 and agonized over it, but I think it's a good spread. So,
Well, yeah, we're looking forward to hearing the next segment, for sure.
why don't we
I
just
don't
jump
know.
into it now? We got enough to go. We got 7 minutes.
All right,
Can you break? Well,
5.
5. Number 5.
Number 5. Scary Carrie Kennison versus Hannah Morella. That Combat
Yeah.
Zone female fight, best one I've ever seen. At some point, Hannah's arm was broken in half. It was either from a blocked head kick or an arm bar.
You wouldn't know it.
You wouldn't know it. I ran into her at jiu-jitsu. Like
Hold on, who won that fight?
Hannah won that fight because she was crying. Was it bad?
No, that was Carrie won that fight. Carrie won that fight. It was either split decision.
Every time.
It was close. Either way, I ran into Hannah like a few days later, full cast up to here, going to jiu-jitsu. Like ain't no thing. But so best
I
female fight
didn't see that.
hands
Did
down.
any of you guys besides obviously these two?
I'm just remembering
She's
Hannah winning.
misremembering.
I just remember Hannah winning that fight. She was crying. It was the most awesome moment.
You're thinking of her pro debut.
That's what I'm thinking.
Anyways.
Carrie is phenomenal.
All right, I'll have to, so look that video up.
Love watching.
All right,
All
we'll
right,
check that out.
number 4, Dan Randall versus David Nevis at
Warrior Nation.
2 heavyweights. This one was awesome. Randall hits like a truck, Nevis hits like a truck, the heavyweights. At one point, Randall ran this guy into the cage so hard, the entire cage, which I don't know what they weigh, it shifted a full foot across the room. Randall takes him down, completely destroys his own knee and ankle. His leg was turned completely around for a split second. I thought I'd seen something. Goes through the first round. Doctor comes in, and he totally plays it off like nothing's wrong. Walks back and forth, goes out there, drills Nevis with a straight left hand, knocks him out cold. His leg is like this big, walking around after the fight. Surgery, but awesome fight.
I didn't see that personally, but I heard of the legend of the 2 fighters that moved the cage.
They moved the
They
cage.
moved the cage. You guys see that fight?
I did not.
I think I was on that card.
You were.
Ah,
Yeah.
but you probably didn't see it
No, I
because you
didn't
were
see
out
it.
bad.
He was busy.
All right, what do you got for number 3?
You got From Cage Titans,
Finally.
Chris Motino
I know him.
versus Don Shanis for the 45-pound title.
2 weight classes above.
Yeah,
the
2 weight classes above. It was both guys' last amateur fight, and there were 2 guys that knew what amateur was about. They didn't care if they lost. They were going to go out there and they were just going to go for broke. Non-stop 15 minutes of action. Went to a draw. I personally thought Chris should have taken it, but
It was
fantastic fight. Yeah.
So note, if we have Shanis here as a guest, don't have
He's
him.
good.
You picked against him.
I've been running my mouth to Shanis for like 2 years, and we haven't run into each other yet, so I'm due to.
Oh, did I tell you that he actually Snapchatted me because he knew we were filming today? He might actually come tonight for the 3rd segment.
Oh, I think we have cage side security over here.
Yeah.
That fight was incredible. I mean, and you mentioned it. I mean, Motino was our 25 champ, 35 champ. Shanis at the time was our 55-pound champ. And they decided to meet in the middle at 45. Well, not really in the middle.
Yeah,
it was,
right.
It was
Theoretically.
Chris going up. You know, they went up.
Well, Chris already won the belt against
Oh,
Chris.
correct. So
Yeah,
he was our
correct.
25, 35, and 45 champ.
So he was-
And he decides, the 55 champ decides to come down, and it went to a draw.
Oh, fun fact about that. When Chris won the 45-pound belt, Don defended his 55-pound belt. And I saw Don, and jokingly, I went up to him and said, "Hey, Don, Chris wants you next." And then it actually happened.
Well,
That fight was incredible. I mean, and you said they didn't care if they lost. I beg to differ. Those guys were pissed.
Oh,
they
my
were. I remember being in the cage as they're getting ready to put the belt on one of them, and I remember him being like,
They're both best.
"I want to go another round. Like, let's
Yeah.
go another round. Like, can we go another round?" I'm like, "No, it's over, guys. Sorry, you can't just
So it's-
decide. Hey, let's
it's
go
not so much
another
I
round."
don't care if I lose, but it's more of the
They would take tough fights.
tough fights, and it was like a go out on your shield mentality.
Oh, totally.
So there was no safe play in that fight. That was scrambles, takedowns, throws, punches, going for broke. So number 2, Elias Leland versus Brandon Bushaw. Up at NEF 14. I'd never seen either guy. Leland's out of the academy, which is probably the best pure jiu-jitsu school in Maine.
Yep.
Bushaw's actually wrestled in Maine, lives in Florida now. Came up to fight, and it was more scrambles than I'd ever seen in any fight. They were so evenly matched, and they were just going for it. They closed distance, throw shots. Leland got the finish by kicking out of half guard off the cage and catching a choke on the way by. Weirdest thing I've ever seen. Incredible fight. I don't know if it's out there, but it's like a hidden gem.
All right.
Number one.
Number one.
Should we wait till the third segment?
No,
I
let's-
think so, because we need you all to come in for the third time. So we're gonna take this break. We're gonna get the number one Mike Hammersmith fight of all time at
And
the start of the third segment.
third segment, his number one, and I want to hear your top 5 fights.
Done.
All right.
Let's do it. Be back for part 3.
Heck yeah.